Afterglow Books and HarlequinAudio present Destination Weddings and Other Disasters by MC Vaughan, performed by Meg Sylvan. To David, for proving every day that I made the right choice when I asked you on our first date. Content warning. This book contains references to a deceased parent. 1. Carson Miller winced as he eased his SUV through his father's Sherman Oaks driveway gate. A half-dozen cars already dotted the parking pad. Damn. In a perfect world, he'd have arrived at the engagement party early and discreetly cleared the air with his dad's fiancé's daughter. What could he do, though? On his way here this afternoon, his operations manager had alerted him to a significant menu change at a high-profile event. She'd assured him she had it under control, but as CEO of Limitless Events, his #1 responsibility was overseeing their transition from startup to scale-up. Word of mouth was crucial, and their pop star client's autobiography launch included big industry names. So he'd turned his SUV around to help his crew. Now he'd be forced to surprise Julia Stone, his soon-to-be stepsister and former tutor/crush, in front of everyone. He had no idea how this would go. For 10 years, she'd avoided him here in LA and on social media. The last time they'd spoken, in the lemon-scented hallway of Bronson Alcott High School, she'd clearly hated him with a supernova's intensity. After the rumors he'd spread about her, he'd deserved it. He'd been such a tool, especially while she was tutoring him senior year. Most of their classmates let his antics slide, eager to be in his well-to-do, raucous, future-so-bright circle. Not Julia, though. Focused, determined, and whip-smart, she was 2 years younger and 20 times more mature than he and his friends had been. And really, really cute. His heart rate kicked up a notch. She was in there, right now, and didn't know he was about to pop back up in her life. From what he could tell, in the 6 months their parents had been dating, she and her sister hadn't clocked that he was Jim's son. The second he'd realized they were Michelle's daughters, he'd planned to offer a private, heartfelt apology. Groveling was best done in person, so he'd figured Thanksgiving would be his shot. Instead, their face-to-face reunion would be at this party. She'd have to give him a chance to apologize if their parents were getting hitched, wouldn't she? They'd both be part of the rehearsals, ceremony, toasts, dancing. And after the wedding, he'd be around for the World Series and holidays. Would she refuse to pass him dinner rolls? Kick him under the table? If she was the same Julia she was in high school, maybe. He blew out a long breath. Please let her give him a chance. Carson checked his reflection in the rear view, then ran his hand through his hair. Older, humbled, and carrying scars from the car accident that grounded his college baseball career before it launched. He gave his father all the credit for helping him through his darkest days, which was why he wanted to help the happy couple with their wedding planning. It was his chance to repay Dad for helping him get on his feet after his accident. From the passenger's seat, he snagged a chilled Veuve Clicquot and ambled into the house through the back door. The caterers he'd booked worked their magic, and the aroma from the heavy appetizers made his stomach rumble. "Hey, Andres," he greeted the chef. "How's it going?" He jerked his head toward the party chatter outside the kitchen. "Good." Andres straightened as he yanked a disposable chafing dish from the professional-grade oven. "Been wanting to try this baby out since your dad had us all over for Labor Day. But if you're asking about the service, the wait's..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?